Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So first off, apologies for my lack of uploads in the 5 months. I've had a lot of stuff going on and I just lost total motivation to do anything to do with this. And I'm going to explain more about that in this video. So for the last 5 months I've been dealing with tendonitis / repetitive strain injury in my right wrist. I've been wearing a splint on and off, mostly on. I've now transitioned out of it. I've not been able to play guitar from about November till February. I was able to pick up the guitar a little bit and do some testing for my project that I did for university. But other than that, I've not really played. Getting back to it now, and I was able to, thankfully yesterday, which was Thursday, able to attend my first rehearsal back and actually play guitar in that rehearsal at university. I was so happy because of that, unbelievably so. In my 5 months off, I did accomplish a couple of things though. I got my dissertation submitted for uni and my collaborative project done where I made a guitar pedal. So those two things were knocked off. They're the biggest, pretty much the biggest hand-ins. The collaborative project especially is the biggest hand-in of my uni career. It's worth double everything else. And obviously I got the dissertation in as well. I now only have one hand-in left at the end of this month. Well, I say one, technically it's one hand in for the ensembles module for the end of this month, but because I've been off playing the guitar for so long, I had to postpone my solo performances. So I do have those two to do once I can get my material learned and get my wrist fully back, because it's not fully back yet. It's pretty much there, but I'm still being really careful with it. Naturally, being the thing that I've done for the last 4 years every day, I was upset about it, and I, to be honest, switched myself off from all the guitar world. I stopped watching YouTube content on it because it would make me want to pick up the guitar and play. I didn't listen to as much music. I listened to a lot more vocal music and just less music, if I'm honest, because I just didn't feel the joy of being able to go, oh, I love that, I'm going to go and pick my guitar up and learn that or play that. So it was a really, really big miss for me. However, like I say, I did get my dissertation and collab project done, and both of those were on the guitar. My dissertation was on guitar pedals and how they affect performance and creativity, and my collaborative project, I built a guitar pedal, or reskinned one, with my flatmate, so I couldn't stay totally away from the guitar in that time, although I tried my best to, because it just made me sad. So while this experience was absolutely horrendous for me, it did teach me some things. Mainly, that I really love to play the guitar, and that whatever I'm doing in the future, I need it, and I'm going to need this in my life, because it's just something that I absolutely can't get away from, and I absolutely love to do. And getting in that rehearsal room yesterday was a feeling like no other. I was so ecstatic to be getting into that rehearsal room and back to some semblance of my normal life, with COVID going on and everything like that, and the lack of even opportunities. This came at really one of the best and one of the worst times, because had I been able to play, I could have sat and woodshedded and really worked on my technique and wrote a lot of music and done all those things while we've not been able to rehearse. However, the lack of rehearsals and opportunities to do things actually helped, because I didn't feel like I was missing out that much. So really it was a double-edged sword. I could have used the time for woodshedding and getting really into my playing, but ultimately it was a blessing, because there wasn't rehearsals on for me to be sad about missing. I'm by no means out of the woods on this injury. It takes a hell of a long time. The physio said to me that it takes a lot of rehabilitation, strengthening and patience for this to come back properly. So while I was able to do a rehearsal yesterday, I'm still taking it easy and making sure I'm doing the right things to get this back, to stop it regressing and me not being able to play again. I'm doing exercises for strength and stretching exercises, which have been massively helpful, especially the stretching. That really helped to stretch up against a wall backwards and forwards, gave me a lot more mobility and flexibility, and made the wrist in the long term feel a lot better. Another change I made, which you'll be able to see at the beginning, is I now, when I'm sitting down, I go total classical position now. Whereas before I did the idea and did it sometimes. I even made a video on this little footstool and why you should have one if you have a bad back. And I still stand by that, because it does help your back, but it also really helps my wrist. So I've gone from sitting like this and playing, or like this, where my arm is all out here or behind me, to sitting up front and centre like this. So this has reduced stress on all this area for me massively, and really helped me to get back to where I want to be fairly quickly. It's also really good because this angle right here is where you would have the guitar if you were standing up. So if I was to stand up with the guitar, it's where it would sit on me, or it's where the neck would sit. So you get your wrist and your arms used to playing in this position for standing up as well. So actually, it's just a lot better in this position. The only thing that is bad about it is that this chair, I have to have it really high. So I'm going to get a little stool with a back on it so I can sit up against the back, because there's a big gap here and I'm sitting like this, and it can take a toll on you if you sit like that for a while, but as can sitting like this, which it has done on me. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like, and if any of you guys are suffering from tendonitis or RSI, anything like that with your wrists, and you've got some exercises that worked for you, let me know in the comments section down below. I'm willing to try stuff. Like I say, I'm almost there. It's almost back, and I'm just being careful currently just to make sure I don't get worse again. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.